We are live, everybody, with the Terminator himself. Good old Buttsy Brent's here with us as well, our tour insider. And man, oh man, we've got a show. I mean, it is definitely going to be a show. That is for sure. If you can't tell already, with the paintball Terminator mask out of Buttsy. I don't even know if he can talk through that, but we're going to find out.
Oh, absolutely.
There he is, folks.
Folks, he has a full-on paintball mask. If you're listening to the podcast version and just listening in, it is absolutely special. Guys, I figured, I'm like, man, I need to drink on this episode, so
are you drinking
with me tonight? Yeah, I got some
just
scotch.
bear with me. Oh shit!
I think it's totally okay. There we go, Buttsy.
Why is ice on my screen? Are you
guys illegal?
Brian Shane, everybody.
Brian Shane.
Awesome. Whew. He's really been a nice addition to our chat room on our live audience on the live streams. Him,
Yeah.
Trot Golfer. Haven't seen Trot yet. He hasn't put in a comment if he's on or not. But and then I saw on the gram today that a few guys were tagging each other and saying, "Can't wait to see you guys on the podcast tonight." So
I also
interesting.
got some feedback via DM. Hey, I'll be hopping in. Looking forward to it. So
Okay.
appreciate it.
We might have a large crew here in the chat for YouTube, especially. We are also live on X, Rumble, and who else? Millions.com. Love ourselves some Millions. By the way, Millions has a brand new app as well, which is sick. I actually went on there the other day. They just created an iOS and Android application to be able to watch. So
Wow.
pretty sweet stuff. You might want to check it out, folks. Yeah, we're just getting warmed up right now. A little warmed up, getting ready to
What are you
get
sipping
going.
on there?
I got some scotch going. I got some Johnny Walker,
Some J-Dub?
some J Dom.
Little care package or what?
Not yet.
Oh, is that the original gift? The small bottle?
That is an additional purchase gift.
Oh.
Additional purchase.
He's invested.
Self-purchase.
Invested.
I have made an investment. They're my favorite scotch. I'm not even playing around. It's not
They're a lot of people's favorite
for
scotch.
other reasons. Yeah.
Can you guys just give me a quick rundown of the difference between whiskey and scotch? I have no idea.
Whiskey is American made.
Okay.
Now there is Irish whiskey as well,
Okay.
but scotch is made over in Scotland. Hence scotch. So they do call it Scotch whiskey.
Scotch.
There's just
Difference
a
in
difference
taste?
in taste, yeah.
Okay. Well, is it one is more like gasoline, less gasoline? Or...
I don't even know how to
The Johnny Walker variety of scotch is notably smooth.
So what you're saying is I should start with Johnny Walker if I'm going to try.
Yeah. It's
Okay.
Yeah, I
really
wouldn't.
good.
I wouldn't venture out from there. I'd just stay right there. So
Well, all right.
There's some others I like that just taste like campfires in your mouth.
Oh,
I hear it goes well with
Yeah.
a cigar as well.
I
so.
do love a good
Oh, yes.
campfire. So there is that. But yeah, you guys ready to go ahead, kick this damn thing off? Looks like we've got enough people here already, about 25 of them before more people start piling in, we hope.
25 million people are.
Jordan, how are you, bud?
5 million.
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing all right, dude. Got
How
some
did you know
steak.
that Jordan was hooked up with the microphone tonight?
I
You
just
secretly
assumed
DM
you could
every
hear
night.
me.
That is special.
Yeah.
So yeah, we've got our audio engineer in the back. We don't have a camera on him yet. That's coming in the future, but he is mic'd up tonight.
Watch out.
We do need like a button that we can like go to him, show his face.
I know, we really do.
Yeah.
We gotta get that stuff added. I mean, those are all things that are coming down the road, folks. The bigger
Yeah.
you make us, the more this shit just starts coming. The production value, we can only go up. Let's be honest
cheap.
about that.
Not cheap.
No. I mean, even the stuff we try to do when we're recording like remote, we got mics, we've got special setups to make sure the audio is perfect and
Perfect
camera
audio.
angles.
Buttsy, you want to know something crazy as a little side note here before we
Sure do.
start recording the episode? So remember over the weekend, I was telling you, I was like, man, I just got a feeling that we're going to end up like running into a video editor. What was the first thing Jordan popped in here tonight with? He's got a buddy who is the real deal video editor that they were talking, and he wants to work with us.
Seriously? Say more. Say more.
So I'm just throwing that out there. I mean, did I not say that the universe was starting to speak in many, many ways?
What's that? Is that Britney Spears that quit playing games with my heart? Who is it?
Britney Spears
That's
claims she's
Backstreet
5
Boys.
years old. So
What?
she's you
What?
have not been on TikTok lately, my friend. She claims she's 5 years old.
Well,
I can't watch that weird bitch. She's
she's been around a lot longer than that. So
Yeah.
And folks, this is a goddamn golf podcast, so here we go.
Sorry.
Let's get this thing absolutely dialed in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to Pull Hook Golf, the podcast. I'm your host, Matt Cook. Tonight in studio, we've got our tour insider, Mr. Brent Grant, and we've got remotely tonight, the Buttsy. My goodness gracious, and we've got one hell of an episode for all of you. But before we get going into all of this, we are all rocking our Devro tonight. If you can't tell by the logos that are on our clothing, our hats. I've got the hoodie on with the, oh my God, I thought you were doing the twerk again after last week.
Looks like I was about to take a shit. Sorry about that.
But Brent's got it on a very fresh
I don't know
tee.
if I can turn around. Yeah, I can't turn around.
Stand up.
But there's a big. All right. Well,
The back is like Texas burnt orange. He's got a big bowl on there with an 18th hole
Oh,
flag
dude,
that the
look how
bull
good
has
that
stolen.
is.
That
This is
is
my favorite.
yeah. Brent came in the studio today and goes, "This is my favorite shirt. I freaking love it."
I would wear this shirt on tour every day.
There you go.
It's like a cave bowl.
Yes, exactly.
And Buttsy, you and I got the cacti hat on this good old saguaro. So we
I
just
love
got
this hat.
different types. I love the two-tone, the cream, and then the green, and then obviously kind of the same thing with the
you got
sweatshirt
the-
as well. These are not them, unfortunately, but they are coming out with pants soon, they said. So that's going to be
Okay.
exciting. But Devro Golf, folks, if you want to start grabbing some items like we do here on the show. I know there's been quite a few orders going out, but DevroGolf.com, that is DEVEREUX golf.com, and then promo code PullHookGolf20 at checkout for 20% off your entire order at DevroGolf.com. Get yourself some, because I do know they've got some waste management stuff coming out too. That is absolutely dope for the 16th hole and everything. It is awesome. Now, Brian Shane, he's like, you can't be wearing that burnt orange around Utah. That's for dang sure. You can't wear it around a lot of places, but Austin, Texas, you sure can. Now, the amount of cactuses I've seen on golf apparel for waste management is incredible. This is coming from Bill Ray. Welcome to the show, Bill Ray.
Bill, that's because it's in the fucking desert.
Well, Bill, let me tell you something here, Bill. There is a thing out here in Arizona that we do have that most places don't, and it's called a goddamn saguaro.
Sagra.
It's a saguaro.
Oh,
Sagra.
that build out, by the way, for that tournament.
And you do not want to fall into one of those sagras. That is for damn sure. But there is a worse thing out there as well, and we'll be talking about that a little bit in our tee off report with Buttsy coming right up. But folks, here's our overview for this episode. We do have the tee off report with Buttsy. That's coming up next. We got Pro Golf Headlines. This is a brand new segment. We started to introduce it last week, very terribly, by the way. Very, very, very unorganized on my behalf. That is for certain. And this week, it's going to have a little bit of a different feel to it, okay? And then we've got the TGL recap, which, the TGL, love it, hate it, disagree with the tag, whatever. It is creating quite a buzz in the golf space, so we'll be getting into that. And then we've got the Farmers Insurance Open recap. We've got the upcoming Pebble Beach, AT&T, and then we also have our favorite topic of all topics, LIV Golf Updates.
Yeah!
Oh, Jordan's, hey.
Jordan doesn't like it.
Oh, it is my favorite category, though. It really is. Now, as we get going here with the tee-off report with Buttsy. Buttsy, you ready for this, buddy?
I didn't read a shot. I didn't have shoot it. Let's go.
let's absolutely dig in, which I believe you're going to be an absolute expert at this, which is why I wanted to ask it. We're exactly 2 weeks out from the Waste Management Phoenix Open, the rowdiest event on the PGA Tour, and conveniently right here in our own backyard of Phoenix, Arizona. Buttsy, for the unfortunate souls who can't resist day drinking in the blazing desert sun while watching golf, any survival tips you have to share?
Oh man, I mean, there's just the obvious, bro. You have to. This is a tough thing to do, and this comes from the heart here. It's to consume water at some point throughout the day. Even a little bit will save your fucking life. And let's say you spend 3-4 hours on the sauce. Even if you just go sit down, kill 4 or 5 bottles. Make sure that you're peeing and you're good to go. You have to hydrate on some level. Otherwise, you'll ruin the rest of the week. You'll wake up the next day with the worst hangover of your entire life. You won't be able to make it. So that's a pretty obvious answer, but I think it's probably the most important thing that you could do. Drink.
Is there any special alcohol that you should be drinking in advance? Like, is there a prep that people should be going for right now?
Yeah, I think you need to start. You need to start with, and this has actually become a scientific thing as of late. But some tequila. Tequila is probably your best bet. Yeah, I would stay away from the sugary beverages. Any sort of going out to brunch before you head out, and you're having a bunch of orange juice and champagne and some sort of fucking weird ass chocolate martini. Don't drink that shit. Just stick to straight hard shit and you'll be fine.
So none of the sugary shit is what I'm hearing from you. Just get you dehydrated out here in the desert.
And hypoglycemic. Yeah. You'll be temporarily maybe blind and diabetic.
What are some of your favorite figures out there? So when somebody is a little bit too trashed, do you have any kind of, nicknames or anything like that for, some of the people that might be standing from their feet to their waist?
Billy Balance.
Billy Balance.
BB.
Good old BB. You got
Billy Balance. Anybody that looks like they're in some sort of a gravitron, like they're being pulled. Gravity has adjusted for them, and it's something that they're not orienting well towards. They're not necessarily like this, but like they're
leaning.
It's no longer from the top down. It's like coming from this way almost, right? Like they're fighting something. Like,
you know what's incredible though? That their lower half kind of stays straight,
like
and
yeah,
then
that's
the
what I'm
upper
saying.
body is like detached.
It
just starts falling to the side.
Downtown Philly, there's a bunch of people standing around at 90 degrees on fentanyl, and not temperature-wise, like their body.
Their body. They are at a direct right angle. Oh, so there's your survival guide by Buttsy, folks, for the Waste Management Phoenix Open. If you're coming out for the first time, as he said, get a little bit of water in you. You know, don't think you're you're not man enough to get some water in. Okay, so make sure to get that water, and then make sure to, as Buttsy also mentioned, prepare ahead of time. Drink lots of tequila, and once you get out here, drink more tequila. You'll be absolutely fine.
Stick to one path, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And tequila's big down here in the good old desert. Now, Trout Golfer's asking, Matt, do you attend? I attend almost every day. So I will be around. And that is a guarantee, folks.
When does your prep start?
My prep normally starts, well, here's the thing. I don't go drinking every single day anymore. The one day that I will go drinking, because I have a lot of friends that aren't like golf fanatics, but they just enjoy like going out to the Waste Management Phoenix Open. And sure enough, like that's the day that people will get hammered, and that's normally on a Saturday. So normally Saturday is the one day that I will,
Kind of
partake.
lean in.
Just get fucking melted out there.
Just absolutely wasted. So, Bill, I miss the old fun, Matt. Listen. Everybody does.
But you,
Me
People
too,
don't
Bill.
like.
Me
People
too.
don't like me as much anymore
but you're,
without. But
you're
I
a
am
hardcore ASU tailgater, right? So I mean, this is kind of in your veins, man. Like,
Listen, I don't get sloppy out there. I just get absolutely
so
shit.
you're
canned.
not Billy Billy
No.
Balance?
No, Billy Balance.
Billy
No.
Balance.
No,
You're not-
but he's never
I'm
been a
not
Billy
that guy.
Balance since I've known him.
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
lean back.
Buttsy and I have put away a few,
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
especially on the golf course.
Oh, of course.
yeah. He
And
turns
when
into
it
Henry
gets up-
Happy.
Yeah, I
Henry
mean,
Happy. Are you happy, Andra?
way nicer person.
Really?
This is what people tell me all the time. They're like, Matt, you make more sense. You are like way clearer speaker than you normally are, and you're like fun to be around. I'm like, what?
He says
what am
that
I
is
sober?
amazing a lot. He says that
Amazing.
is amazing a lot.
Because life becomes better with alcohol. Everybody knows it. So
Might need a disclaimer on that.
folks, drink responsibly is what we're trying to say out at the Waste Management Phoenix Open. Okay. That's our disclaimer for this. If you couldn't tell, our podcast is comedic informative and not just a dead serious. Some people really get upset though with us. They're
And
like,
those people
I
can
can't,
just go fuck up a tree.
I can't believe Buttsy would say that Blades Brown is better than Tiger Woods.
He is.
I had multiple people text me, is he being serious?
Yes.
I'm like, no.
Oh, he wasn't?
Were you?
I thought you were.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's
God.
people that don't see that. They don't see that talent level.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. We got to go to this comment. Brian, are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
Talking to this guy?
Am I a douche live suck up? I mean, I like myself some live. I really do.
It's well spelled out there.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, I kind of want to see that little apostrophe on the E. If you're gonna do douche, right?
You're one of those.
You gotta
Is that
throw
douche?
up that little douche. Douche. I believe it's a French word, douche.
Douche.
But I'm not good at French either, so not good at English either. Let's keep this thing moving, and we got to go back to the fact that normally I am not drinking on this show, but after 3 weeks of Magic Mind, I have felt absolutely phenomenal.
How good?
I was hoping you'd bring that up. That stuff has become pretty addictive for me. Yeah. Like first thing I'm drinking in the morning when I wake up before. Now I pour 600 to 800 milligrams of caffeine on top of it, but
They say too.
Because it's not a coffee replacement.
Yeah, it's not a coffee replacer. You can replace coffee with it.
that shit's real.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, my days are going a hell of a lot smoother than they've ever gone before. And it's been a crazy, crazy couple of weeks, too, with just a lot of stuff going on. And again, getting to bed early, like just feeling good.
Waking
All of a
up.
sudden, like I'm getting motivated again. I'm like, oh, we got to start playing some golf again. We got the Waste Management Phoenix Open coming again.
It's amazing.
It really is. Can we get that little chime, Jordan? Magic Mind. We don't have any on the show right now, but that
We took it
stuff
already.
is absolutely incredible. And once again, folks, with the good old Magic Mind, remember, there's a couple main pillars here between sleep, diet, exercise, stress management, and my favorite, exogenous compounds. Exogenous compounds, which is one of my absolute favorite things out of this entire thing. But it definitely makes me feel smarter. I don't know if I am or not. What about you, Buttsy? Do you feel smarter?
I feel more mentally put together. Like the train's on the tracks. It's not happening in linkages. It's all together and it's cruising right along.
Love that. Well, folks, if you want to join our little Magic Mind cult that we got going on here, go to magicmind.com/Hook Golf Jan. That's HOOK GOLFJAN. and get at least 45% off of a bundle at magicmind.com/hook golf Jan. HOOKGOLFJAN. Do it, or we're just going to start blocking people from being able to watch the live stream. That's what we're going to do.
What happened?
What do you mean, what happened?
Why are we blocking people?
I think that was what's known as an ultimatum.
Yeah, I mean, if you
Do
want
it
to,
or
if you want to hang out with it, you got to be on Magic Mind. It's a new level, and Brent's been just absolutely crazy
Fuck,
talking
you
about
got me all
that thing.
twisted up. I thought somebody made a rude comment.
Well, Brian changed
You're like,
the
if you
podcast,
keep
so-
doing it, you're out. I thought you were modding.
No, I'm not a moderator. I'm not a mod. I think that's how the kids
Is
say
that
it.
how they say it?
Not a mod.
Mod?
Yeah.
Is that with
That's
a
mod.
M-O-D or is that like MAOD or
I think it's MOD.
interesting?
Mode. Mode.
Is it MAAD?
Mode.
With an apostrophe.
Mode.
Get yourself some goddamn Magic Mind.
It is good, especially for golf performance.
I mean, have you guys seen Brent's, by the way, on his Instagram, his little chipping video? It's almost as good as Dustin Johnson's tip on how to
You
hit
like
a
that?
fade.
just do it.
Just hit a fade.
If you're gonna chip it,
Make
make
sure
sure
you
you
hit
chip
a
it.
fade.
If you're gonna hit a fade, just make sure you
Make sure
fade
you
it.
fade it.
Make
That's
sure you
my
fade
favorite.
it.
Literally my most favorite video of all
I
time.
mean, I figured it out just from that video, which is absolutely incredible. Now, let's get into our top golf headlines. And folks, this is a brand new segment, so please be kind. We are very
flagellating.
Oh, fuck. What is this?
self-flagellating, okay? So I don't even know what that means. I'm not good enough with English.
That whiskey is.
All right.
Or Scotch.
It's Scotch, yeah.
Self-flagellating.
Here comes the first top golf headline from the week. Tiger Woods penalized for shot clock violation. Once again, folks, Tiger Woods breaks another record, this time being the first player to ever violate. I'm going to leave that one there. Bam.
Thank you. First ever player to violate.
Yeah. Breaking records. Breaking records is what that's all about. Okay.
Interesting.
He's a record breaker.
He is the best of all time, also known as the greatest of all time.
Yeah. At several things, by the way. Not just one. Okay. Here goes the next one. Really, you know what the worst thing is? I was watching that Saturday Night Live documentary, and they have to go in for like their skit, right? And they have to do it in front of the executives and the team that's selecting them, and none of them laugh. So they go through this whole skit with nobody laughing. That is what this feels like right now. We're looking at a screen.
Everybody's laughing.
I think Buttsy froze, and then Brent is just trying to be polite. Now, Adam Scott and Nelly Korda praise the TGL shot clock.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
That Tiger Woods violated.
It is. Now, finally, golf fans can watch a round that doesn't take longer than a flight to Europe.
Wow. That's
Me and Dottie Pepper, we're on the
Who
same
said
page.
that?
Adam Scott and Nelly Korda. Is that right? Is that how you pronounce the
That's
last name?
correct. That is
Is
correct.
there an apostrophe above the O or
But you got people Brian
What a
Shane's asking
weirder,
if you're
like-
frozen over there.
Well, that's what I was going for. Well, obviously, it worked. Fucking idiots.
genius?
Well, that's how they slower than a flight to Europe.
It's well, golf
it takes
golf,
5 hours to get to
golf
Europe
is
from
now
the East.
Yeah.
faster than heading to Europe
99%
instead
of the people watching don't know how long it takes to get to Europe. That's a rich person thing.
fantastic stuff.
Oh, how long does it take to get to Europe? A couple hours? I don't know. Never been there. It's too fucking expensive. Go make more money playing golf and bitch about it.
Better question is, what is Europe?
What part of Europe? Europe's
Take
fucking
continents
huge.
for 500, Alex.
Europe is huge. It's not like
Now-
you just get to Europe. That could take 4 hours to get to. That's a stupid thing to say.
Now here's the next. They didn't really say that.
Oh.
So here's Butsy's coming home.
That's like when I said, unmute me, and I was fucking not muted the whole time.
Buttsy was ready to fight Adam Scott and Nelly Corda. He was
I would want to see that.
ready to get after him. All right, Brent, your turn, buddy. Big moment for Brent here. Go ahead with your headlines.
All right.
Do you need it?
No, I'm good.
He memorized
So
these.
here's the deal, folks. Scotty Scheffler gets back to play at the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. I think the field's about 82 people, and it's pretty clear that he really doesn't care about the normal events, having won $60 million and 9 wins and a gold medal last year. So he only shows up for purses that are big enough for him.
Even Scotty Scheffler.
I mean, come on.
Too bored with the regular tournaments.
Yeah, that's tough because it's true.
I mean, if Scotty Scheffler is bored playing regular golf tournaments, we got a problem out there, folks. Got a problem on the real circuit.
I mean, he only cares about what, 2 other people, and none of them are golfers.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
I mean, moving on.
All right, Brent, here's your next one.
Ooh, I'm ready. What was the second one? I'm kidding. Jason Day gets reprimanded by Jay Monahan and the hypocritical PGA Tour refs or rules officials or whatever the hell they're called nowadays for a Malbon jacket that had a logo about 3.5 feet long across his shoulders, and they said,
Back
"You're
ain't
not
that
doing
big.
that."
Broad shoulders. Swimmer.
Massive.
Used to be
Yeah,
a swimmer.
he made his
professionally.
like
Massive.
12
He's like
feet
7'2",
across. He's big.
you know, so, you know. And he taped it off. Actually, he taped over it, and then he just said, "Screw it, I'm just going to take it off."
Is that like an anti-jersey policy? What is that?
They have no idea.
It's got to be
Yeah.
something like you can't put your name on it. Like,
No, I mean he's. I think it was at the Masters. He wore like a sweater vest or something like that
Had the
basically
big
had a
Malbon.
jersey, and that thing sold for $25,000 on auction the next week.
Wow. Now,
Thanks, Augusta.
the crazy thing is the tour allows joggers, okay, joggers, but not a windbreaker with a logo that's slightly too big in their opinion.
They also allow hoodies and, you know, Jesper Parnevik hats. It just,
Are-
I mean,
are
Get
they
it
just
together,
like
guys.
pissed off because it's too fucking good of a billboard? It's just too good.
Yeah, definitely.
it was clean too.
Oh, it was. It wasn't even that bad. Like I would say the sweater that he was wearing, that quarter zip sweater
Yeah.
with like
A
the-
jersey.
like
Be right
the
back. Be right
Pebble
back.
Beach look to it, and then you had. We lost. Oh, he's. Oh, whoa. Hey.
Hey, Buttsy.
Hey.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Oh.
Did you get some barbecue sauce on it? What was
It
for
was
dinner,
my-
Buttsy?
My wiener. Playing with my wiener.
The badass fucking feet.
So now we got Buttsy. Are you ready for your headlines?
It's pretty impressive, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Seriously.
If you can look that long without blinking,
Sorry.
dude, no, we're gonna count this out. Here we go. See how long he can go.
He's not even breathing.
By the way, to all the podcast listeners, Buttsy looks like he is frozen,
He is shaking.
but
There he is.
Oh, whoa, but he still hasn't blinked yet. There's something to be said about a guy that
His eyes are watering.
that never has to blink.
There's a stone cold killer right
I just
there,
don't
folks.
know what it is.
Oh,
Whoa,
whoa, there he is.
whoa,
Okay. It
hello.
only takes time to hydrate.
Hey,
What was your
go.
question?
Your headlines.
Headlines.
Buttsy doesn't know his headlines.
He
You
doesn't
you
know
might have
his
to tell him.
headlines. Okay.
I told you.
I'm going to read you the headline. You can come up with something off the top of your head to just hit that headline with. John Rahm calls new CEO the start of LIV's golden era.
But why? How is that the start of LIV's golden era? What does that guy do?
So apparently they don't
Who
have
is
to
the, who is
read.
the new guy?
The new guy is Scott O'Neill.
What's Scott O'Neill's background, and why does he bring the new era to
He's-
Live Golf?
I tell you what, he is a well-accomplished gentleman. He was in the Philadelphia organization. He was at MSG,
Philadelphia
I
who?
believe. The 76ers, I believe, if I'm not wrong. He was an executive for them. He also a Harvard business guy, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
There's a few others, but I'm a little rusty on his full resume.
So
We've
John's
covered him a few
thinking
times.
this guy's got a
But-
shitload of money and he's worked in professional sports and he's going to help us out.
He knows what he's doing, is what I'm getting from it. But also, Greg Norman is no longer going to be sending emails that says, "Here's why Rory sucks." As the
I mean,
subject.
Greg Norman's probably more accomplished than O'Neill, right? Like,
Well, John did say that there is. He's glad that Greg's. I don't know if he said exactly this, but we're just going to go with
He
it.
said it.
That he said he's glad that Greg's gone because of all the animosity and the tension in between him and the tour. John's looking for a deal to get done. John wants to start playing Torrey Pines again.
He needs it.
He could have played it twice this year.
does Greg's removal really get rid of all that? Does one guy get rid of all of the animosity for an entire detached organization?
That's awesome.
Particularly
golfer
successful, good, or special. It can also refer to a time of peace, prosperity, and cultural progress. He's not wrong.
This could happen.
Fuck.
Track golfer is taking his magic mind.
I'll tell you this much. Greg Norman was definitely not helpful in creating a deal between the two sides.
No, that would be the opposite of that, which I believe is hurtful, which is bad. I
Bad.
think. It's bad.
Well, I don't
Bad.
wish ill will on anybody. I've always liked Live Golf on some level. I hope that that's true, and he enhances the product. That would be cool.
Love that. Now,
I don't know if this is a Q&A. I think it's a headline. Maybe that's the same thing. I don't know. So let's just keep it rolling.
let's keep it rolling. So here's your next headline, Buttsy, that you get to comment on. Rick Shields joins Live Golf.
Is he playing?
Oh God, I just want to see what Rick looks like without beard hair. I bet he looks like that fucking old like Pepe Le Pew cartoon where his face just gets cut off at the chin. Rick Buttertooth Shields joins Live. Didn't he bag on Live Golf for like years? And I'm all about changing a tune. I've changed my tune. I listened to Creed again, and so. That's fine. I'm all about the change, but it's just kind of funny. Like change probably coincides with a nice fat paycheck.
Higher?
I think it's not a bad move. Rick might be past his prime as a Instagram creator, if you will, but he has a massive YouTube
YouTuber.
following. He's a
Big
huge
YouTuber.
YouTube following. It's probably not bad, and yeah, good for Rick Shields. I mean, I don't know. There's probably more entertaining people with a YouTube following that could have got to do that than Buttertooth himself. But I can't. I'm jealous. That's what it is. I'm jealous.
Yeah, it should have been you.
I
had
would
a
love that
moment-
job. I would love
I-
that job.
I reached out to Rick after he got it, and Rick actually said thank you. And then quickly thereafter, I posted that Liv has just signed the Temu version of John Rahm.
Oh,
I see the association.
Not hating. It just a lot of people were
Well,
putting
it's
the
got
two
the-
pictures
Yeah.
side by side. Very
Yeah.
close.
yeah, much shorter.
And
pretty
by the way,
close.
Buttsy and I have also been called the Temu version of Alex Jones and Pat McAfee. So there's
Wait.
that.
Oh, interesting. Have you seen him
Alex
recently?
Jones doesn't have any fucking hair.
Don't trust me. I don't get it.
Have you seen him recently?
What's up?
But to your point, the
He's like
Temu,
ripped now.
He's not
the
in the same human being.
Temu, what'd you call him? Temu John Rahm. Yeah, they both have like a similar density of beard for sure. Like they got a similar look. That's a good
Yeah.
call.
Oh, Brian Shane coming with
Oh, Rahm was
fireworks
the
tonight.
Temu version of Rahm. Yeah.
Now, let's keep this thing moving. Those were our headlines, by the way. Brand new segment. It's going to get better week in and
That's
week out.
and
Don't
my
worry about it.
apologies for being very ill prepared for those.
No, I got to tell you, that was the first time of like cracking a joke to where like there aren't people like actively laughing.
I was laughing on the inside.
Yeah, I could tell. It so we need like a laugh track to go with
want me
it.
to-
What's a laugh
We have
track?
like
Jordan,
this.
can we get a laugh track?
I'll laugh back here anytime you want me to.
Oh, you could have laughed. We were all laughing at Buttsy. That's because he's funny. Now,
God.
the TGL recap. This is where I'm going to go on a soapbox real quick. I know we used to have a segment that was called Butsy's Soapbox or Buttsy on a Soapbox, but I am getting on that one tonight because, my God, we had ourselves our very first ever TGL matchup that actually went the distance, was competitive, was Tiger versus Rory, and it was actually really freaking good. People are still losing their goddamn minds about this technology, which they're morons, okay? If you are questioning the technology of this thing, first of all, there's always going to be nuances to golf technology, but if you are sitting there going, oh, that wasn't accurate, dude, that was a hell of a night. Tom Kim stuck one to like a foot. You had Adam Scott, who, by the way, if you want to test accuracy of a goddamn simulator, put Adam Scott in it because that dude was absolutely money.
Laser beam.
Money. But it was Boston Common Golf versus Jupiter Lynx. And Tiger's squad, you know, it didn't look good in the beginning. They got down early. They came back. They fought through. Kevin Kisner actually had a pretty good appearance where after week one, it looked like they were going to cut him and put Charlie Woods in. But apparently Charlie Woods is now the coach of Jupiter Lynx, as Tiger was going over there asking him for advice. Do I come over the top hit driver or do I just put a 3-wood out there? And good old Charlie said, Dad, you fucking hammered that driver, okay? And he did.
That's so fucking cute.
Adorable. Absolutely adorable. We absolutely love it. But they went into overtime. It was tied 4-4 going into OT. And you know what OT is? I know neither of you watched this thing.
No.
So OT is where they have a 40-yard pitch off closest to the pin. God. All three guys get to go. Best 2 out of the 3. He's still there.
I know.
He's still fully active.
Dude,
how he doesn't blink is absolutely unbelievable. Once again, folks, it looks like Buttsy has froze. He has not. He is just one hell.
That's impressive,
Dude, I have no. You must put eye drops in daily because it is dry out here. But that being said, my goodness gracious, it was awesome. I loved it. There was one little glitch that did take place to where in the software, Brent, you were spot on. And I told you straight up, I was like, yeah, the software's physics is never going to be perfect. It landed on a slope and stayed on the slope. In real life, they're trying to put the ball down and it just kept rolling rolling and rolling. And they're like, shit, we can't do this. So
Yeah, not on live TV.
that was the only thing that I really saw. Everything else was great. Even Kiz, the couple shots that he hit short, because everyone's like, oh, everything's so long. He's just like, man, I keep chunking it. He's like, because they warm up on mats.
Yeah.
So each team has their own locker room with actual full swing golf simulators. By the way, that is not the technology that they are using for the TGL setup.
not?
Okay. So everybody who's like, no, it is not. So the full swing golf simulators utilize infrared technology and cameras, whereas the TGL technology is utilizing the Doppler radar full swing kits. They're using 18 of them. Okay. So when people are like, oh, but the full swing kit isn't the best launch monitor. It's not even close. Well,
Not the same thing.
that's correct. But
Yeah.
they're using 18 of them. Okay. And the reason why is for redundancy. So if all of a sudden they get numbers that don't match up to the others, those get thrown out as an anomaly and you still get a perfectly accurate golf shot. Now, not only that, but halfway through last year, they added in top tracer technology. Why? Because even with the redundancy, those full swing kits weren't accurate enough to be perfect. So they added in that camera technology from Top Tracer, which you see week in and week out. It's the exact same technology. They're utilizing their ball flight algorithm, and certainly that thing is absolutely dialed. I mean, we saw Rory hitting it 340. We had Tiger carrying it over 300. So there is, yes, and Track Golfer is right.
Were you ripping somebody on this?
I've been battling because it brings me back to when I worked in the golf simulator industry,
For that company.
which I was there at a time when you had to educate, because everybody thought, oh, golf simulator, it's a rich man's toy. Those things aren't accurate. It's like a video game. Then all of a sudden you start putting pieces together. You start educating yourself and realizing, holy shit, no, yeah, there's a nuance here and there.
I mean,
So,
what's your experience like when are you able to prove your point to somebody like that? Like, I find that arguing with the slows about things is kind of like, it just doesn't, even if you're right, you're wrong. Like, how did this end?
So
Click.
listen, it gets to
He
a
just
point
blocked
to
you when he
where,
found out you were right.
oh, you know what? That did happen with the big fat guy. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wait, you mean the guy that...
No, he blocked me. He was just like, he figured out he was wrong. And then what's even better about, and this was last week actually, because I've been on a couple week bender on this whole X deal, just educating people. That's how I look at it. Not so much ripping people, but educating them, because they don't have the knowledge or experience that I have. I have thousands of hours on golf technology, and literally every single golf technology that is out there for every single brand. I consult. My rate, by the way, if you want to hire me, is $300 an hour. That's what I get paid.
That's fair.
So if you guys want to go at it, I'm happy to oblige, because I'll keep going on, and I'll break it down as to what the technologies do, how they do it in detail, and why certain data points or data sets are going to be a lot more accurate than others, indoors especially. And that's why when Tiger hit that wedge that flew over the green 14 yards, I can back up why that happened, and in detail, because those numbers that you're looking at with ball speed and launch angle, ball speed is the one that you're not going to really get wrong in there, because there's too much Doppler radar.
Yep.
And it's just, that is going to be a very consistent number. And if there's an anomaly, it's going to get thrown out, and the other full swing kits they're going to use that data.
And they have 18 of them.
They have 18
on front, behind, and on the side, right?
And it's all for
And then
redundancy.
radar
Yep,
and
it's
everything.
It's all in case there's a misread, because on live TV you can't have a misread. So
Yeah,
that's why. Yeah,
they thought this whole thing through, and I mean,
It's
even
as good
the
as
full
it can
swing,
be.
basically. Yeah.
100%. I don't think even if you had TrackMans in there, by the way, some people were like, "Oh, if they used TrackMan, it'd be so much better." Absolutely
It's not.
If you had Foresight GC quads, not going to be better. And I'm happy
They
to
did their
debate with
fucking
anybody.
homework on this. Like,
And here's the thing, people like my golf spy came out, and based off of his experience, right? Because that's a well-trusted, like, they test out all the equipment, technology, everything like that. I know. Trust me, I used to have an issue with Golf WRX for the exact reasons
do.
that you are shaking your head, because it's all money-based, okay?
Yes.
And there might be a very tight relationship between the makers of GC Quad and my golf spy as to why he came out and made the point that he did around the full swing kit not being a top 5 launch monitor and all this and that.
What?
But
They have 5? There's 5 of them? The last time I checked, there's 3.
oh no, there's a lot of golf like launch monitors.
Yeah,
and,
but there's only 3 you ever see. I mean, Bryson's
tour
the
events,
only
for
guy
sure.
that you've seen with
but you got GC Quad, you got TrackMan, you got Foresight, and then you also got
Well,
Full
GC
Swing. That's going to be
yeah,
out
the
there.
GC Quad Foresight Sports is, I think Bushnell actually bought them. So the
No,
Bushnell,
they bought a cheaper version that they could take to the market, to the consumer market.
but didn't they buy Foresight Sports? Because the new one is Bushnell.
No. So they licensed from
who
Foresight
gives a shit?
Oh, okay.
an
Okay.
option.
Gotcha. So
Yeah,
there's-
I'm getting
there's-
too much
there's-
into the
okay.
weeds here.
Yeah, don't-
because I can go on and on and on about
Don't get me
this.
started about
but
Golf
my
WRX either.
favorite thing about the TGL
Oh, yeah.
is actually the damn green,
Oh.
because these guys cannot figure it out. And I have spent numerous hours on the virtual green that fluctuates and everything, and there's rubber underneath there. So this thing, and Tiger started to figure it out, that like you have to hit into the grain in order to get any check. If you're going down grain, you're absolutely screwed. You're going to need the ball to roll out, all this and that. And it was absolutely phenomenal to watch these guys struggle.
It's its
On
own
the virtual
thing.
green.
It's
It
its own
is.
thing. Like
People comparing it to real golf is
yeah,
just not
it's
it.
not.
It's
It's
not.
not.
Uh-oh.
There he is.
We almost lost him.
And we're back, folks.
Wouldn't that be just absolutely ironic if
He
you
actually
didn't
freezes.
pause and you actually did freeze one of these times? Gosh.
That'd be tough. I can't even watch it anymore.
We wouldn't know, because
No clue.
you are just holding his eyes open.
He's like,
and
you know,
his
he's
facial
twiddling his
expression.
thumbs underneath. His
No, his eyes are burning. By the end of this, he's not going to be able to see.
It's actually
You
kind
alright?
of funny. After at a certain point, there's a blur that happens, and like it just coats the eyeball. It's not hard at all. I could do that for 2 or 3 hours at least.
Well, might have to see that later. Can I just ask a quick question?
Sure, go ahead.
And I don't want to spend too long on this, but the idea that as a golf magazine or a golf equipment tester, are you ever trusted ever again once you find out that, for example, Titleist
They've been paid.
pays, and you're like, and then you see the list and you're like, that ball, that driver, that wedge, okay, that doesn't make any sense, especially when you've tested it and you're like, how can you trust any of these things?
I will just say this: it is prevalent within the industry that
sure.
you get awards and recognition and hot list and all different types of stuff because you have paid for it.
The only way to be informed on golf equipment, unfortunately, is to just go experiment. That's it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, if you guys haven't realized that this is a for-profit
Yeah.
area of golf, that they are making money by giving you these recommendations, all these independent tests. We're non-biased. Bullshit. They're very biased. So just be aware of
And,
that.
Does there
and
need
it's
to-
all so close too, right? It's all very fucking good. Go talk to a tour player like Brent right there. We talked about this before. Outside of let's just throw drivers out here, and I don't want to go on a tangent, but everything else in a tour player's bag comes down to shaft and what it looks like. It's not going to perform one over the other. Like irons wise, like you're going to find a forged blade that you like, you're going to play it. You're not going to find more performance out of another forged blade for whatever reason. Like if it's fit to you, you're going to hit it.
Absolutely.
That's all I'll say about that.
No, spot on.
Yeah,
I
that was
mean,
beautiful.
preach, baby, preach.
Yeah, I wish there
I
was
need more cowbell.
I need more
got
cowbell.
I got a fever.
I got a fever.
And the only cure
It's-
is more cowbell.
He's never heard that in his life.
Yes.
Yeah. No, of course, yes.
But you holding a straight face
That was pretty impressive.
through that, it's pretty damn
100%
good.
heard that.
He's the
Pretty
ultimate troll for a reason.
good. You-
Yeah, I wish Rick Shields was better at golf so we could actually trust his insight, but he ain't. So when
Well,
tests product,
Rick
it's
has
incredible.
done something that I don't know how to put this. He knew if he at least look, it's like Kevin Costner and fucking Tin Cup. Like if we could just get this to look close to being able to hit a good golf shot, and it's fairly close to a good looking golf swing, we can fool 98% of everybody that fucking nerd out there that's gonna watch this, and they're not ever gonna really see me play golf, so we're good. And we'll just show the good ones. Like
Hashtag YouTube golf.
I thought you were giving a Utah Utes. You're like, good
Nope.
old YouTube,
That's
Utah.
the Celsius getting back into the gullet.
And if anybody wants to know the real side to one of the nuances to the TGL, because I'm not sugarcoating this in and of the least. I love golf technology, so call me biased all you want when it comes to the TGL and tech, because I really think that golf technology is one of the best ways to grow the game of golf moving into the future. The biggest issue players are having with right now is alignment. So you'll hear them talk about, I got to aim a little further right than what I think. That's because they're using an entire tee box, okay? And if they put the golf ball over to the left-hand side, and all of a sudden if they go straight at the flag, they might have just moved their alignment over to the left-hand side. So they got to aim further right. So just be aware when you hear stuff like that, that is not the technology not working. If you ever watch a PGA Tour event and watch Top Tracer or TrackMan, and all of a sudden you see the golf ball start off on one line and then just shifted to the right of it is the Top Tracer, and it's just off, that is some of the nuances that comes with golf technology, and these guys will adjust.
Absolutely. And it's that way, by the way, in every single simulator you go to. Every single one.
There's always nuances. Always going to be nuances.
But that's the thing, right? I mean, how many times have you seen something like this where they make something new and then all of a sudden it's expected to be this amazing, perfect thing? And that's just not reality.
No. And I thought it was pretty reckless, too, by my golf spy of trying to put out something like that to tarnish the TGL and to tarnish the technology.
Well,
and
our
everything.
boy made the comment earlier, like Tiger even came out and said it. Did you guys touch on that? He said, it's not real golf. It's a show. It's fucking show.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's entertainment.
We're
And
in
that's
a
the
building
most
hitting it into a
important part.
screen. It's not real golf.
Yeah.
Clear.
You can't compare it to real golf. You never have been like it. There are things that are replicated back and forth between the two. Like I used to play Bethpage Black in a golf simulator and get all my sight lines and then go out and play Bethpage Black, and it would be identical. Like same distances, same everything to what I did. And that's how, for instance, Jordan Spieth, when he played the Open Championship for the first time, St. Andrews, he practiced all of his sight lines because he played the John Deere the week before. It was big news. Everybody knew it. But Jordan Spieth had a golf simulator in his house to where he had St. Andrews. It was accurately like replicated. So he got all of his sight lines, and you see what the result was.
Just like
Math is
racing
math, man.
simulators
It's not
or
complicated.
flight simulators, or I mean, yeah, it's almost the real
that's
thing.
a
It's
perfect
good.
example.
It's good enough.
Let's train on flight simulators.
It's good enough to compete on.
Exactly.
Which is why it's great that Tiger stood up and said, "Hey, listen, this isn't real golf. This is a show." Finally.
All right, I'm off my
All right,
soapbox.
let's
I'm
go.
off my soapbox.
Come on, baby.
That was I had to get that out there, but we finally had an awesome match, and I absolutely loved it. The wife even in the middle of it was like, "Hey, honey, you want some dinner?" I'm like, "No, I am watching the TGL right now." I was locked in.
Love that.
All right. Farmers Insurance Open recap. We are kicking this over to Brent. Take us through the Farmers Insurance Open recap.
Yeah, great win for Harris English. I think it's his fifth win, first time in 4 years. Shout out to Harris English. Probably the coolest, most calm guy out there. Great sense of humor. Yeah, his coach basically told him at the Amex, he was like, listen, you need to stop trying to be like everybody else. And it's pretty impressive that for a guy like that kind of looks like, kind of relaxed and kind of like whatever, but pretty hard worker. And he goes out and he gets it done the very next week, and quite possibly some of the toughest conditions that anybody's seen in quite some time at Torrey Pines. Right on the ocean, I think it was blowing 20 to 40. I think at one point, 8 under win, 8 under for 4 days, and they played on the North Course, which is like 5 shots easier. I mean, when I played in 2023, I shot 8 under in the first round. I mean, anyways, pretty incredible. But yeah, whatever. Anyways,
Brad was letting the people know, hey, this is the size of my dick.
but
Just mowing down the
anyways,
audience.
So, yeah, Torrey Pines play about as tough as any golf course is going to play this year. Sam Stevens comes in at second, shooting 400 in the final round. Almost closed out a 6-shot comeback. But Harris, I think he parred the last 12 holes, just grinding his ass off. Just grinding his ass off. I think he hit 4 fairways and 9 greens in the final round.
Can I chime in with something real quick? This was
Absolutely.
actually pretty funny. There was one of those LIV Golf accounts, like one of the bots, right?
Don't get him started.
And I think it goes by Brock something. I don't know exactly. Okay. And this poor kid, I swear it's a kid, because you can't really get this wrong. Swafford, or what's his name?
Hudson Swafford?
Hudson Swafford. Thank
now
you.
a LIV Tour player.
He was. He's no longer on LIV. This kid thought Harris English
That's normal.
was Hudson Swafford.
That's normal.
And literally was like, congrats, even though he's not like on LIV anymore, him getting a PGA Tour victory. And he was like pumping up LIV that like, look at this. We had a player that couldn't even cut it on LIV, goes to the PGA Tour and wins. It's like, bud, that's the wrong guy.
You fucking idiot.
That's tough.
Oh, it's a tough look.
John Rahm's toe is smarter than
That makes me uncomfortable, man. I'm not gonna lie. I just had like a shiver go down my spine.
Could you imagine the feeling? And I've done this, by the way, to where I have tweeted something and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, fuck, am I wrong? And you get like that chill down your spine, like, oh no.
Especially if it was like kind of like obvious.
Yeah, and that one must have just been a devastator.
Well, let's hope that he deleted the tweet or at least said, you know what, I was wrong.
Listen, the best thing to do is just say, I was wrong.
Such a dumb. Oh, motherfucker.
Oh, just a little leak.
But
All right,
yeah,
keep
and
it going. Sorry about that.
Shout out to my boy Sam Stevens. He's topping up the Aeon Swing
Who
5.
is Sam Stevens? Tell us
Sam
about him.
Stevens, a Wichita-born
He's a
Christian
Wichita
kid.
kid.
He graduated on the Corn Ferry Tour in 2022. Has kept his card consistently the last 2 years. He will absolutely be winning this year. Just a good old boy. I think he's got 4 kids and he's 27. So he and his wife are doing the best to keep the population pumped up. So
Love that.
good dude. Just probably one of the most steady golfers and just a good, kind-hearted
old is
guy.
he?
I think he's 27.
Okay.
Good
4
old
kids
boy.
already at
Yeah.
27. Good
Yep.
for him.
So he's rock and rolling. But yeah, there were some notable things that happened at the Farmers, especially with I think it was a grand total of 18 withdrawals throughout the tournament. I think
Yes, that is correct.
6 of them, if I'm correct, 6
Yes,
of them
you
were
are.
during the event. So 6 of them were either during the first round or during the second round for Emiliano Grillo and Max Homa. Illness, quote unquote illness. So it sounds like some bad fish at the dining facility, unfortunately, but that's not good. And then everybody else just basically withdrew because it was suspended after the second round, and they were probably $1 million over. So, anyways, moving on.
Hate to say it. You
and then
really
I
do.
think what is it? We talked about this last time. Xander Schauffele has a rib injury.
Yep.
And then the rest of them were some top players. I think it was Will Zalatoris.
I don't know why. Has anybody heard why? Because Zalatoris was my pick. And literally the day after we recorded the podcast, all of a sudden he came out with the WD on Wednesday, I believe. And so anybody know what's up with him?
There wasn't much in there. I was looking all over. I even asked a couple of buddies, and it's probably just because Torrey is the site for the Genesis. I think it's the Invitational, which is the signature event that follows up.
Which I had that totally backwards, by the way. For whatever reason in my head, I was saying back-to-back weeks at Torrey Pines,
we all
thinking
thought it
Genesis was next. It's not. It's
No,
AT&T Pebble Beach,
and
which we'll
then
talk
it's
about
Waste
next.
Management, and then it's Rib.
Yeah.
So a lot of those guys may or may not play Waste Management, but they probably didn't want to play 5 or 6 in a row.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I mean, at the
But
end
that
of the
still
day,
sucks, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, and I think Jack and a couple other legends kind of weighed in on this. I mean, to have the luxury to withdraw, and you're sitting there. I mean, there are guys that are sitting in Florida at the 3rd or 4th or 5th alternate on Saturday night the week prior, and they're like, "Well, I'm out the event. I'm not gonna travel." And then all of a sudden, they got to book their flight on Tuesday night or Monday night or whatever, and it's thousands of dollars. And I mean, I've had this happen to me this year.
And then you
so-
get cut.
Well, and then you get cut. Yeah. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a tough thing. But I mean,
that is a tough
it begs
deal.
the question, though. I mean, do these guys have too much going on? Are they soft? Are they taking it for granted? To me, I think it's a little bit of all 3 of those things, to be honest. But that's just my opinion.
Well, it does lead into a category that's not on our show notes, but I feel like it has to be talked about right now is the viewership decline. Because this is a real thing now.
Yeah, I read about this.
Like, this is no longer, a tournament didn't do well as the prior year. Like, it's down overall, like 30+%, like year over year. And last year was down. So, like, people are not tuning into professional golf anymore.
across the board too.
And yeah, well, that's the bigger thing, right? Is that LIV Golf, and I said this today to somebody on Twitter that I'm like, listen, you can be upset all you want as a LIV Golf fan and talk about how people shit on you and everything. However, LIV Golf damaged the professional golf game, period. Like there's no way around it. They took some of the best talent on the PGA Tour, went elsewhere. The numbers haven't been there viewership wise for LIV Golf. So we've just lost viewers across the board because of this split and because of this animosity within golf.
Yeah, I just to make a quick little point there. I think at the end of the day, the response to LIV was such that a lot of people saw the PGA Tour Corporation for what it is, and that lays at the feet of Jay. That lays at the feet of pretty much the entire board for the last 5 years. I mean, spending money left and right, and then at the end of the day, I mean, Bryson DeChambeau is basically the most popular golfer in the world, and he's not on the PGA Tour. So I don't want to hear anything about we have the best and most popular. I don't want to hear that. That's bullshit.
No, because it's not true anymore. I mean, you got talent that is split between two different leagues and tours. And by the way, golf was not popular enough to be able to pull this off in the first place. And the other side to it is actually Brian just mentioned, Brian Shane, that Rory had his media day today. And he was talking about how
What did he say?
He thinks that the tour shouldn't have as many events.
Yeah, this is where it starts.
Which is so the crazy thing is the tour was doing just fine before LIV came in, disrupted the game of golf, which by the way, I'm not hating on LIV when I say this. They disrupted the game of golf, okay?
Which was their goal. Yeah.
Every company, everybody who has ever disrupted an industry, you get hate. Like that's just it comes with the territory. That's why I hate these I hate these fans, some of them that are so sensitive and so defensive. I dislike them because
weak
of
ass
the fact
fucking
that
simps.
they're
That's
just
what they are.
weak. It's like they whine about every little thing about LIV Golf, and it makes it not fun for people that actually do enjoy LIV Golf. That it's like, I can't sit here and be like, I'm such a big LIV supporter because look who the rest of the crowd is.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean, Buttsy, you have you been to a LIV event? Have you been?
I have not.
Have you been, Buttsy? No.
I want to go really bad.
But I will say this: I have watched every single LIV Golf event.
There you go. So I was in Nashville last year, and I asked. This was just after they had their tournament at the Grove, where we used to have our Corn Ferry Tour event. And they literally were all like, "Listen, the only problem was that there was only one beer stand. We all loved being here. They just threw a bunch of money at us, and I mean, the whole entire community, which is 30 minutes south of Nashville." They were like, yeah, we loved it. So you don't, by the way, you don't hear that from PGA Tour places. You don't hear that from Corn Ferry Tour places. They don't want us. I mean, most of the PGA Tour places just, they get paid, so they just shut up. But the Corn Ferry Tour events, they don't want us there. So the simple fact of the matter is, like you said, they disrupted, they got hate. It comes with the territory, and they're owning it, and they should, and it's great.
Well, LIV Golf is owning it. It's mainly the fans and the bots that don't, right? I mean, that's the biggest
and the tour's
mistake.
response too. Yeah.
But again, I go back to the point of around viewership. Like there's a real problem within professional golf, and things are starting to shake up even further. You know who is an interesting one out of all of this is the Grass League, because they're kind of picking up some traction. They had the LIV Golf match, the crossover.
How'd that go?
They're kind of like Switzerland. They're like, hey, we're neutral to everything. We're just, high stakes, and we are great golf. Come watch.
How was that match? You watch?
So
Anybody know what
I believe that it's coming out.
Oh, okay. So they actually did film it.
They filmed it.
Okay,
it
cool.
wasn't live, but they had Gary McCord do the
I saw that.
announcing,
I
which
saw
is
that.
awesome. I can't wait to watch that. I think they put out a trailer or preview for
Bikini
it.
wax. That's
It
awesome.
might be on their YouTube channel. I don't know. I haven't gone in and watched. I'll be perfectly honest with everybody. I have tried to get into YouTube golf. I even thought about doing a podcast specifically, like a separate one from Pull Hook Golf that was just like a round analysis of YouTube golf. I can't, for whatever reason.
Well, it's not real.
I
That's the
don't,
first- I mean,
I don't love Phil. Actually, Bryson does good. I actually like his channel, and Phil I like. Grant Horvat, I don't see or get the
I
attraction
love
to
Grant.
I don't get it.
I love him.
what do you love about
But
him?
yeah, tell me what the attributes are that you
Tell me more.
love. Is it that he doesn't have any eyebrows?
I like the way he looks.
Okay.
Yeah. He looks
You
like
like his golf swing.
Peyton Tanning. Like,
Wait, are you going in full troll mode again?
He's always in troll mode.
God damn it, you're getting so good at this. You son of a
While
bitch. You're
eating an apple.
You're literally starting to get me now.
what are you talking about? You don't like Grant?
No, I have nothing against Grant. Nothing whatsoever.
Just the golf.
I just don't get it.
Yeah, I mean, we actually, funny enough, Buttsy and I talked about this last week. The fact, and can you bring that comment back up from Brian, please? No, the one before, the one right there. Yep. So, I mean, so Brian Shane says YouTube golf is more niche than pro golf tours. Yes, it will get some more viewers for certain creators, but overall, it's a saturated market already. That's literally what me and Buttsy said last week, because we talk about it all the time. So,
Buttsy and I speak appropriately, please.
I don't know how to speak English. Sorry. So Buttsy and I were speaking about YouTube golf because we talk about it all the time as a threesome, and yeah, thought you liked that one. And basically, it's to Brian's point, it is a saturated market, and I don't really know how you can get through this without kind of finagling your own way and making it basically a good old.
Well, you got to be different.
Back up
you gotta be
a
different.
little bit there. What did you just say? Like,
Three
back
people.
up.
He talked about threesomes and good old boy clubs.
Yeah,
He did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Which
all
is-
within like the same thought.
Yeah, which is
I
basically.
thought we
what
had
YouTube
kind of
golf
beat
is.
this horse, like
I'll just open up the door for you guys.
it just
What'd I do?
sneaks its way out like a little something hidden in there. I don't know. Anyways,
Things are hidden. you might die over
I'm gonna
here.
die over here from.
Poor kid's choking.
Anyway.
Knees weak, arms were heavy.
Ooh,
Vomit on a sweater.
Already.
Mom's spaghetti.
I like
is
that.
that's I'm stupid. That's Drake. Sorry.
No, that was Kendrick Lamar. But no, it is absolutely a saturated market. I mean, it's
know
tough
what,
to watch,
though?
especially the one with
I've
Tiger.
always
Like, what are we-
I've heard this in so many industries and so forth. I hear it in podcasting all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, everybody has a podcast. No, most podcasts, I think the stat is close to like 90% of podcasts fail after 6 months. So no, not everybody has a podcast. You could always start a podcast.
That's an overgeneralization, which we try to stay away from.
But
on
it's
this show.
like oversaturation, YouTube golf, there's some popular channels, and the problem is it's getting very ancestral, isn't it? A lot of these guys keep doing each other over and over and over again. Very ancestral.
Oh gosh. See? Thank you. God. Anyways, moving on.
I have
folks.
not seen your. It looks like you've been beat across the face from both sides.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you just keep seeing Barstool.
But everybody's
going-
got it. Everybody's got it.
But
right?
you
So-
you keep seeing Barstool going up against Bob Does Sports. You see Grant and fucking Phil all the time. You've
Well,
got
now Tiger Woods is a YouTuber.
Did you just say Grant's in Phil?
Grant is in Phil all the time.
Absolutely.
Those guys do love each other. There's actually
They-
that little bromance is actually like that's the
Nambla.
one thing to where. But I like Phil. A lot of people
It's
don't like
Nambla.
Phil.
I like Phil. I love that
I
I
think he's
like his
funny.
dryness. He's an asshole.
Yes.
He absolutely is.
Which, if you know me, that's why I like Phil.
He
I
likes
like
to
his
got
ability
that.
to just stone cold, just
Just
really
be a-
lie to somebody.
just
and
no,
have them hit
just
the
be a
wrong club.
complete dick
Oh,
to some
well, that
people.
too.
mhm.
Ooh. Yeah, what is going on with that? There's some additions going on to these teams, and it seems like they're struggling.
Truck golfer, I would actually want to know what you think about beef over at Barstool being a golf pro.
Trot's a golf pro?
I believe so. Trout, are you a golf
Seriously?
pro?
Yeah,
that's
he's
awesome.
a fucking pro.
that's
I
what I
dude.
thought
didn't know
so.
that.
Yeah. What? Based off of your response, you had me questioning myself. I'm like, I know
really
he's a
didn't
golf
know.
pro.
I thought he ran the, I don't know.
He's also
I mean, there
golf's
are-
greatest conspiracy theorist.
He is. I mean, you
Okay.
follow some of his stuff.
So
it is great.
This is so we have our own personal, literally
You
legend
son
of
of a
YouTube
bitch.
golf. Kyle Mays, Cart Barn guys. I mean, he knows all of these people like since they started. And Kyle, who's your favorite? I'm sorry, who'd you say? Haley? Who's Haley? Who?
Ostrom.
Ostrom. Thank you.
Jordan,
Beautiful.
look at that.
Haley Ostrom.
Great delivery.
Yeah, I mean, just an OG
Watch them all
YouTuber.
grow.
I mean,
who
we
they
even have
are
our
today.
own OG YouTuber right here up in the middle of us. This guy.
I ain't no fucking
The
YouTuber,
Buttsy.
bro.
Not
Take it
anymore.
back.
You used to be.
No, I
No,
didn't.
he got banned from the YouTube circuit.
We,
early
Yeah, he
on.
did. Yes.
Kyle and I had a little discussion earlier about editing and how he used to do all this editing and how I had no idea how fucking hard or many hours it takes to edit.
Yeah.
So, shout
We
out Kyle.
underestimated that one.
What did he
But
say?
he's the man.
He's like, yeah, you got a little golden ticket, didn't you? I was editing all those videos for you. I was like, yeah, man.
Yeah, nobody realizes how
Yeah.
long and tedious that work is.
Yeah. Long and tedious.
Now, as we move on beyond the viewership and YouTube
How
golf
did we
and
get there?
the ancestral nature of a bunch of guys always being on each other's channels,
channels.
we've got the AT&T Pebble Beach this week.
Ah, yes.
Here we go. This is for everyone, by the way. We've got Pebble Beach. We got Spyglass this week.
Yep.
Saw somebody was really excited that the StatCast is going to be on both courses this week. Normally, it's just on Pebble.
Well, that's just going to be super exciting.
Super exciting. So
What's
we got
StatCast?
that going with us.
Stat-
What the
StatCast
fuck
is-
is StatCast?
It's where you got all the numbers and stats.
It's basically.
Well, I
they're-
gathered
I
that
did not
much,
do
but
this
what is
very
it
good,
exactly?
So it's. You doing okay?
Go
with that?
ahead, Brent.
Okay. So StatCast is like what you would normally see with regards to what shot
wanted
they're
you
hitting,
to
what
tell
club
me
they're
that,
hitting, how
not
far
Brent.
they're hitting. What? I'm sorry.
Now Brett's got this.
Are we sure?
Well played, compadre.
Yeah. Go ahead. You got
He's
this.
got this.
Go ahead. You got it.
Am I wrong?
No, you're,
Okay, I
you're
thought
doing
so.
good.
I was like,
Doing
you had
good.
me doubting it. I was like, I'm pretty sure I know what this is.
Butsy's just fucking with the art right
Having-
now. He's
having-
really in your head.
Done it. I think we're just all in each other's head. It's weird.
Go on.
Anyways, so like a normal PGA Tour event, you just get all the breakdown of all the numbers and the stats, if you will, and it's done by Top Tracer and then
Or TrackMan, depending on the event.
TrackMan, depending on the. Actually, they have both on most golf courses for the Tour Pros, but because I think there's 82 or 83 players on 2 golf courses, they can basically have the amount of resources to be able to keep track of everything. The problem with that is Spyglass and Pebble Beach are literally the opposite of as far as types of golf courses.
Yes, completely different.
So, I mean, depending on the weather, this could be an absolute shit show. So, who knows?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Honestly, Kyle, Buttsy gets down first. It's just
Gravity.
Well, you have something called terminal velocity, gentlemen, and that's not necessarily true. So,
French fry, pizza.
mm.
You
but
ski, right? I've
Okay.
never skied before.
I hit a tree at 100 miles an hour. Probably going to keep going. You hit a tree at 100 miles an hour.
The tree's
I
going
go
to win.
backwards.
It may help. It may stop you.
Brent actually might go the opposite direction.
will
He might
probably
defy
bounce backwards.
gravity and go up the mountain.
Yeah, he could be
Yeah.
slingshotted backwards.
If I lean correct, just kind of.
Can you imagine a
around the
tree
tree.
catapulting Brent as he starts to talk about StatCast again?
It does sound exciting.
It is literally the most boring thing about the PGA Tour.
And that's why Matt just, why don't you take
bud?
this one?
Hey, this is all you.
It's so bad.
This is all you.
It's like AWS, T-Mobile,
Yeah.
such.
Which, by the way, this started last year where the weather was a big factor. Remember, Pebble Beach got rained out, so Wyndham Clark ended up winning. There was the whole debate over good old Wyndham shooting a 60, the course record at Pebble, and everybody going, yeah, but it was live clean in place. I would have shot 53.
What would it cost for you to eat a handful of John Daly's beard?
Buttsy, I think you've done that, haven't you?
I'd take 10,000. I would take 10,000 bucks.
Like
for
a
that.
good handful, real close to where right there in the, ooh.
Of the chocolate milk and Diet Coke.
10K, definitely 10K.
I wouldn't be concerned about those things.
That's all he drinks.
Yeah, you're not picking up what I'm putting down here.
I get it. Thanks.
Or where
Betting
he's,
odds for
where
this
he's going.
week.
Sorry.
I'm glad you thought
got
of
betting
pull that one
odds.
from the quiver and just let that one
So
go.
Scotty Scheffler, coming off of the knife injury, is plus 400 favorite. Rory McIlroy coming off of a loss to Terrell Hatton, plus 1,100. Good old Justin Thomas and Colin Morikawa plus 1,400. Ludwig Oberg plus 1,800. People were pissed off with him, by the way, at the Farmers. Apparently, he had the flu. People didn't know it, and he was leading after day one. Then all of a sudden, dropped tremendously. Had a terrible time. I think he shot several over par. Then comes back, gets back into the lead. And then blows it again, and people were losing their damn minds about Ludwig.
They
Tell
got
him he needs
pissed
to
at
grow
him.
up.
Hold on. Wasn't it blowing like 40?
Yeah. And people on Twitter are the greatest because they're like, he needs to grow up. He needs to learn how to play more consistent golf.
He is
Can you
literally
imagine,
the
like-
second most consistent?
Just picture
What?
this, boys. 10 years from now, Blades on Sunday against Ludwig. Blades playing for his 27th major, and Ludwig just trying to shut it down because he's been so dominant for the entire decade.
Where's Tom Kim in this?
Tom
Retired. on the
Tom dies in a blow up
Oh,
playhouse
no.
explosion.
Oh, no.
boat. Wow.
Just yeah.
Bad.
Was he there with John Daly?
Bad.
No.
Okay.
Now we're never going to get that show in Korea.
Just kidding, Tom.
Oh.
Relax, Tom.
But yeah, Ludwig. Okay. Patrick Cantlay plus 2,000. Hideki Matsuyama
Where's the
plus
is the-
2,200.
Is the champ not playing?
Who?
The guy who won the tournament last year.
Wyndham Clark? No, Wyndham's plus 5,000. He's down there.
What?
He's hang on. I gotta get to him. We got Sung Jae Im at plus 2,500, plus 3,300's Tommy Fleetwood. Then you got plus 3,500 Jason Day and Sam Burns, plus 5,000's Victor Hovland, Will Zalatoris, Keegan Bradley, Wyndham Clark, and Corey Connors. That's where I'll end it.
All right, can I ask a genuine question?
You okay?
No.
I started to get
You got
some
that
indigestion
whiskey
going.
hiccup.
I did.
Scotch.
It hit me.
So how do they get these odds?
Odds
From
makers.
odds makers.
Okay, obviously. How do the odds makers?
Dude, they're never gonna give away their secrets. Are
Okay,
you
well
kidding me?
they're fucking wrong. So excuse
Friends,
me, they're wrong.
yeah, back barn knowledge. They got a lot of feelers out there.
Well, they do
Billy
run-
Horschel is
AI.
playing, by the way, truck golfer. He is at plus 12,000.
Okay.
So yeah, there's more guys down the list.
So
but,
the guy that shot 60 last year at Pebble Beach and won the tournament in 3 days,
is like in the
is-
middle of the pack.
middle of the pack. And so can you place a bet for him to top 10?
Yeah, and top 20.
Okay. I'm
You
not
can go
doing
top
that,
5,
but
top 10, top 20.
I'm just saying, like, if you
Yeah,
were to
just
do
asking
that,
for the people.
I'm really genuinely curious. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Butsy, who
Yeah,
you got this week?
I got to go with the Berg.
Wow, who's that?
Yeah, that's Ludwig Iceberg
Oh.
Aberg. That's his new
that for
nickname,
you.
by the way, is Iceberg.
Iceberg. That is
Yeah.
our new nickname for him.
I like it.
That's
It's real solid.
impressive.
Brent, who do you like this week?
Scotty Scheffler. I don't,
Scotty Scheffler.
that's like a big surprise.
Why? Why would you pick him?
Yeah,
I have no idea. I'm just pulling stuff out of my head there.
love that. Okay. I'm going with, gosh, I so badly want to go with one, but I'm not going to do it.
Victor,
No,
he plays well there.
no.
Victor
I'm not-
Hobelucci?
I'm not going with Hobelucci.
I like
I
that.
am going
Billy
with,
Horschel. Your favorite golfer in the world.
no, I wasn't going with him.
Baron
either.
Trump.
I was not going to go Baron. Baron's very tall.
Everybody
I-
knows.
Yeah, he
I
looks
was-
60 feet tall.
He's,
really
he's
does.
6'8".
And he's like 17, isn't he?
And who knows?
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Matt, Jesus, who we going with here, pal?
You know,
He really doesn't know.
this is the Saskatoon slow play of the century because this is going to be a winner.
He's holding out for that 930th viewer.
Now this is ridiculous. Where?
Go with the Sheboygan Samurai.
No, I'm going to go with Mav McNeely.
What?
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. There you go. So Maverick McNeely, by the way, is plus 6,000.
How did you
That's
come
a-
to that? That
Is
might
that
be a
like
good.
a dark horse?
No.
Not
No,
quite.
he plays well.
Yes, he does. He's also
up at
he's also
Pebble.
sponsored by AT&T.
And isn't he from up there?
Yes.
Like, I thought so.
Yeah, he's from like the Bay Area,
Yeah.
I think.
But he plays well at Pebble. Like, if you go back and look at his history.
He also went to Stanford, I believe, right?
So
was up
historically,
there.
he's pretty solid there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he knows that place probably better than anybody.
Yeah.
You all right?
Yeah. I'll survive.
He's no.
I haven't had the scotch in a while. All right. We just got through that. LIV Golf Updates. Here we go.
The real stuff begins now.
Our favorite segment of the night, and this is where it always ends.
Everybody,
I
bring
get
your
a
toilet
Diet
paper.
Coke.
Yep. Get this man a Diet Coke.
I get a Diet Coke.
At least he didn't say Diet Pepsi.
Ice or no ice?
Yeah, you hated the Diet Pepsi that one night. My God.
Dude.
Fucking
Between you
excommunicado.
not
Thank you.
needing to blink and drinking Diet Pepsi, some people call that a psychopath.
Well, it might just be one.
Yeah, I hate to see
Likely.
it. I hate
Yeah.
to see it, but
Somewhere
a great
right in
one.
between that and just severe autism. Yeah.
So basically, you are
So
Dexter.
basically, right?
No, I don't kill people. I don't do any of that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
The LIV Golf's first event is coming up in 2 weeks.
Ooh.
We've got Riyadh. I so badly every time I read it, I want to say Riyadh, but it's not. It's Riyadh.
Raria?
It's Riyadh. So it's over in Saudi Arabia. They switched up the venues this year.
Riyadh.
And Riyadh. And they're doing it under the lights.
Oh,
So remember when I was talking about how I would love to see the Waste Management Phoenix Open do that instead of shortening fields? Well, guess what? LIV Golf was smart enough to say, you know what?
Matt Cook is right.
Let's put this on in America at a time to where people can watch it.
Medica.
And sure enough, they're
That's
going to do
fucking
it under
awesome.
the lights. It is
That's
awesome.
For
awesome.
that idea? I feel like you patented that, didn't you?
Dude, I feel like I need 76 cents every time
This is
somebody steals an
ridiculous.
idea.
Unbelievable. You would be a very wealthy man.
You're telling me. I mean, my God.
We got a
Unbelievable.
we got a hell of a week next week, don't we, there, Maddie?
We really do. Next
all
week's
do.
going to be wild.
We all
Yeah.
have one.
So,
I may be tuning in from Bogota.
yeah, how about that? That'd be
Hope you're
that would be
tuning in
awesome.
from.
Or from the Waste Management Phoenix Open.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Buttsy on
you
the
better be
deck.
tuning in from the fucking Porta John on like the 5th hole out there, dude. Like, let's go.
We need to because we're going to get people
So-
throwing shit at us.
So a podcast favorite, by the way, and Colt Nose called this the biggest signing of the offseason for LIV Golf.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And that is Pat Perez, a big fan of the show, moving to an on-course analyst.
Yeah,
Yeah.
saw
What do you
that.
think about that, Buttsy?
I mean, that could be pretty entertaining. As much
Did you
as
ever listen to a Sirius XM show?
He had one?
I was on
That's
it
awesome.
Were you?
I was on it a couple times with him and ESPN caddy,
Oh, yeah. What's his
Yeah,
name? Yeah.
Michael Collins.
Yes, Michael Collins. You're right.
Is that it?
That is it.
Yeah, I listened to it a couple times. I mean, I don't know. It was very real.
I have heard that. Now, how do you think he's going to do with the on-course analysis? So you've played golf with him, and he loves to razz guys up a little bit. You think he's going to bring some of that action to the broadcast?
I would expect nothing less. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know if you'll get the full gas pedal. Probably about 75% because the full gas pedal might not make
Might be too
airtime.
much.
Yeah,
Might be too much.
Might not even be
Yeah.
75%.
yeah, maybe not even 75. But I think people will like it. I think people will like him doing that.
He's a funny guy.
You know what? I was really happy when I saw it. You sent it over to me on a DM, and I just said, I love that for him because that would have sucked to be let go by the 4 aces, and then just he can't come back onto the PGA Tour.
Fade
Lost his
into
PGA Tour
obscurity.
retirement. Like the list goes on and on of things that have happened to the poor guy. And sure enough, I mean, now he has a gig with LIV, and I think should be a good transition for him because just like his brother, he's got a big personality.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. I'm sure it won't be
Mike.
won't lack entertainment.
We hope not. Now,
That's the most PC thing I've ever said in my life. But yeah.
LIV Golf also has an international series going right on this week in India. Do you guys get any chance to catch some of the photos of this golf course they're playing in India? It doesn't look real.
This is
You know how
They
like when
have-
they go over to China? Yeah.
Beautiful.
Is it
It
just
is.
covered in shit and curry? Like, what's it look like?
smells like curry for sure.
Actually, they got 3 holes called red curry, yellow curry, and green curry.
Oh, that sounds dangerous.
And
Does the
it's actually their,
Ganges run through it?
no, it's their amen corner.
Brian says, question for, well, obviously for me. But
We are
going to
not
LIV
even in the right realm right now.
No, it's don't.
Not even in the right realm.
No.
Ryan,
But this
what the
golf
fuck
course
is
looks
that?
awesome.
Yes, they do.
So, guys, look this up. The course in India looks so sick. It
What's
actually
it called?
is gorgeous. It is called
Sultan's Gate?
the DLF Golf and Country Club.
Interesting.
Now, there's 1 billion people. I asked Siri earlier this evening how many people are in India. And as of 2020, there is at least
There are 1 billion people, my
1.3
friend.
1.3 billion people.
Thank you.
There are 1 billion people.
More. We need more.
1.3 billion people.
By the way, I think that's
No,
Thai
it
food
is
that
1
has all the
billion.
curry.
India
has curry
Indian
too?
food has curry as well.
Love
Oh,
that.
very much. Very spicy.
Things like that stuff.
Yeah, you're gonna be saying amen around that corner.
You will. You wake up and you'll be slapping your cheeks into the bowl.
Oh god.
That's beautiful.
Slapping them, my friend.
Man,
Folks,
you need to have your like own animated show or something. There you go. From Trot Golfer.
1.429 billion
Billion
people.
Oh, my
It's a lot of people.
Again, one of my favorite LIV Golf accounts was saying, "We've now introduced the sport to 3 billion people."
Introduced.
I'm like, I don't think there's 3 billion people in India.
Not to mention, they have a guy
It's a lot of people.
on
but-
the.
Could I
LIV
interest
Tour
you in
honor
credit
bound heroes
monitoring
from
for a
India.
mere $26 a month?
All I know is we're about to gain 50,000 million new viewers talking about LIV Golf because of them being in India.
From Korea? Oh, Korea thing. I thought you were going to like drop it right there.
No,
That's not happening yet.
not yet. But
It's
Any
coming.
update
just
there?
wait. Just wait.
Oh, you will see, my friend.
Just wait.
You're going to surprise me, aren't you?
Just you wait. What should we name that character? No, don't do it. Don't do it. I just regretted even saying that because I'm gonna have to edit it out as soon as this. You're gonna call me up tomorrow. You're gonna be like, "Hey Matt, you know that name I gave you? We can't use that.
The Buddha.
Don't do it."
Hammer
I know you
keep
have a-
it.
I know you have a name. You have a name. And
Jeez.
do not share that. Okay, here we go.
I'm going
We're
to
gonna
keep that
wrap-
one in my breath.
We're gonna wrap this up.
He says it with a smile.
I mean, he's happy. What can we say? We're wrapping this up, folks. Thank you, everybody. Now, if you are tuning in right now, if you would be obliged to go ahead and like this episode, if you will subscribe to the podcast, that way you will never miss out on any action that we're bringing on our live Tuesday shows or when our podcast gets released on Thursdays. That is your companion to just about every golf tournament that you could imagine. And with that said, folks, we all once again are rocking Devereaux Golf. We're going to be rocking Devereaux Golf all year long, so make sure to go to Devereaux Golf, DEVEREUX Golf, pullhookgolf20.com. Use promo code pullhookgolf20 at checkout for 20% off your entire order. And yes, folks, we got a lot of swags out there. A lot of swags here in Arizona. And we've got 3 big swags here on this episode tonight. So, yeah, that's accurate. Also, if you want to join our Magic Mind cult, go ahead and utilize the actual link. You got to use the link. You can't just use this as a promo code. It is magicmind.com/hook golf Jan. That's HOOKGOLFJAN. Magicmind.com/hook golf Jan for up to 45% off. Actually, I think you can even get a package that is more than 45% off. I saw. Yeah, I know. It's absolutely incredible. It's to get your mental wellness going in 2025. They're trying to help you out with all those resolutions. It's good. It's delicious.
It really does.
Tastes
Freaking
good.
locks you
Actually
in.
does.
A great Adderall replacement, by the way, too, for anybody that takes Adderall. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. If you want to hit that music, let's hit it.
That was pretty good.
We're still going.
Are we still going? Oh, we're still going.
You're like, pat on the back. We did good.
That's so good. Cheers. And freeze.